Good morning. Happy Monday morning. I hope you're all experiencing a joyful morning this morning. Welcome. I'm Jennifer Krippner. I am dialing in from northern Minnesota, and I'm great to be here with you this morning. Welcome to your third Monday of November. Cannot believe it. We are here at November 18th. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Lisa. It looks like it's your first Sonder Social with us. Welcome back, a few others, and it's great to have you all with us this morning. Thanks for letting us know who you are in the chat and something that you're looking forward to this week. Also in the chat, make sure your drop-down arrow says to everyone so we can all see your messages and share back and forth with you today. In the chat as well, you have Team Jennifer today. Jennifer Ogilvie, if you want to pop on and say hello to everybody. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We have a rainy Dallas, so hopefully my internet will be consistent this morning, but I'm here to help you in the chat. If you need anything along the way, just let me know and I'll see what I can do to help you.
Wonderful. Thanks for being here. She'll be in the chat if you need anything, and it's great to have some support. So we are here for you this morning to get you all set up. Maybe you have some lovely tea or coffee, something to get your juices flowing. Hopefully you have your lovely November journal with you, ready to get that going. Any pens, markers, pencils. Maybe you have your cell phone that you want to take some pictures or screenshots. This is your time to prepare your week. And maybe you're just here to listen and get some new ideas or support your Sonder fam member in the chat. Anyway, we're glad you're here. If you don't have your sticker sets yet, Jennifer will share a link for you. If you like stickers, that's great. Also, our personalized life coach beta test is going. We have a link for that if you're interested in having some more personalized coaching around habits and just really boosting your support that you have that you would like. I personally love it. I get mine on Tuesdays, and I look forward to how that really can help me move forward in my day-to-day support that I would like. Also, our community guidelines, you can read what's on the screen here. Just remember in the chat, we're really here to support and elevate one another, as well as Jennifer and I don't work for Silk and Sonder. We just really help support these Sonder socials. So if you have needs on your products or questions about your subscription, just simply send an email to hello@silkandsonder.com and they can help support you from there. All right, who's loving the theme joy this month? I know I am. I'm really loving how I'm leaning into gratitude and thankfulness and joy and all those things that I'm really wanting to put a focus on when things get tough. It's for me helpful to turn to really looking and shifting my mindset to what I'm grateful and thankful for in my life. And so I am really loving that theme this month and hope to carry some of that through as well. And so let's think about our agenda today and how we can walk through all the things that are in front of us this morning. We work on a mind map and we're at week 3. So that's how we're going to kick off our time. It's really a not in your journal. It's an extra bonus prompt that we walk you through each week. We will reflect on last week and share a rosebud thorn prompt that is in your journal. And then we'll go through the weekly spread, as you can see here on your screen. And we'll walk you through new examples and share in the chat how you all work on your pages and what works for you, or maybe think about trying something new. Remember, this is your journal. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And so we're excited to share this time together. Pam, you're asking how you find more about the coaching beta program. Jennifer will share in the chat a link on how you can find more about that as well. All right, so let's get out a blank page perhaps. You can find your scratch pad. There's many different ways and places in your journal, maybe a sticky note, maybe just a just maybe just a piece of paper. You don't have to use your journal for this. Since we're on week 3, I wanted to just remind you, week 1 was about relationships. Week 2 was about nature, sorry. And then week 3, this is about learning. And so let's think about what learning is and how do we find joy in learning. So the prompt this week is, what excites you about learning and personal growth? And how can you incorporate more joyful learning experiences into your life? All right, here is a little bit more detail about it. So again, the mind map can be set up on a blank page. You could use page 3, the definition page of joy. The quote page of joy is on page 38. I personally use the scratch pad. So each week I build on it. You can use sticky notes, a separate notebook, inside back page. On the left-hand side, Jennifer Ogilvy in the chat uses circles, and Bailey on the right uses a notes page just divided into 4. Hi, Dinah. Welcome. Sorry that you are jumping in late, but glad you're here. We're working on the mind map. And the prompt this week is, what excites you about learning and personal growth? And how can you incorporate more joyful learning experiences into your life? So let's dive a little bit deeper here. So as you're setting up your week 3 of your mind map, I'd like to break this down a little bit more about this. And so, instead of maybe what excites you about learning, maybe what inspires you about learning. So are there any reflections on passions or perhaps past joyful learning experiences or activities that spark curiosity? Also, when we think about learning or creating more joyful learning experiences, is there can you reframe learning as play? Maybe there's creative or hands-on or gamified approaches to making growth and learning more fun and engaging. And then perhaps building connections and purpose to learning. So maybe you want to seek mentor or form a learning group, or aligning your growth with your values and goals. And even perhaps this Silk and Sonder Social group can be part of learning, your experience of learning and your inspiration. And then I'd like us to even bring this to more action. So how might we use our journal to incorporate learning and growth daily? How can we incorporate small actions into our routine? And I'll get to that a little bit later in our Sonder Social setup. So I'll come back to this slide in a little bit, but I'd like to share my experience in my learning experience. And so my mind map for week 3 for learning is the first one, what excites me. Really, it helps me expand my knowledge, and that helps me, but it also helps others. I feel like if I'm able to learn, I'm able to then help others learn. And so an experience of how I incorporated that into my life is, I was asked this past week to lead church. The pastor was going to be gone for the week, and he asked me. I had never done that before, never experienced it before, but it inspired me and helped me be creative. I was able to learn by creating a service unique to me and how I felt like I could impact others. And so I studied, I wrote, and I prepared my sermon. So not only was it a learning experience for me, but also a learning experience for others. And I was able to share my gifts and talents with others. It is also a rose for my week. So with that, I am going to go back a slide, and I will also put on a song for you all while you set up your own mind map for the week. All right, I will see you back here shortly. All right. Thank you so much for sharing and walking through that mind map. I'm hearing a few things from all of you being open to learning, managing kind of your expectation, maybe taking it in small chunks, building that bridge, having fun walking over that bridge, watching videos. I'm hearing a couple things, learning things new, both live and online. Using your intentions page, maybe changing the category, doing something new, learning something new, also teaching others really helps inspire you as well, and you learning something new in that process. So, loving all of this, I think having, lifelong learning, it can be really invigorating. So, and Robin, thanks for sharing. The beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. That's beautiful. That's awesome. So let's again look at our agenda. So we just completed the mind map. Let's now turn to our rosebud and thorn, and that is on page 45. So I'll give everybody just a second to turn to page 45. And we are going to reflect on this past week. And I think it's really important to take a moment and pause and reflect on last week before we move and set ahead and plan out our coming week. And so the rose is really what is something that's working well? What was a highlight last week? Something that you really want to find that joy in and share with others. A bud from last week is what was an area of opportunity, something that you're looking forward to. I always think about what could turn into a rose, what's blossoming. And then that thorn, what is something that didn't work well or what caused stress, something that just, didn't go very well. And so I'll share mine as you're turning to page 45. I mentioned earlier doing the church service while the pastor was out. That was definitely a highlight, something that I hope I get the opportunity to do again in the future. A bud for this week, my youngest son is turning 29 on Tuesday. Super excited to get to see him and celebrate with him. I'm also traveling to New York City, speaking at a national burnout symposium with a couple colleagues of mine, and also return flying home for a day and then flying to Florida and facilitating a training with another colleague. So it's going to be a very, very busy week. This past week, my thorn was my husband was gone all week and I was home alone. And so it's just a little bit more stressful when I'm doing everything by myself. So that is my rosebud and thorn. I am going to put on a song, just a brief song while you all work on your rosebud and thorns. And when you're done, if you feel comfortable sharing in the chat, you can share all three. Or if you just want to share one, we would love to hear about your week last week as you reflect on your rosebud and thorn. Welcome back. Thanks for taking time to share your rosebud and thorns. So many in here. I'm just excited to. I would love to read all of them, but I will just read a couple. So, Alice, excited for your booth at the craft fair for the first time. We'll be thinking about you. Michelle, I hope your cold isn't won't be much, and it'll be quick and over in a day. So. And Kate as well. It's tough. I'm just coming off of being sick as well. So I know that's kind of going around. Uh, India, it looks like you got to meet your new boss and two others from your team. That's exciting. Michelle, we're excited to hear how your pies turn out. That's pretty exciting to try to make homemade crust. I am not that brave. I'm making pies as well for next week, but I do not do that. Robin, sorry to hear about your loss of your dad, but it sounds like you had a wonderful way to honor him and on Veterans Day. So that is very nice. And then I think just a couple more. Dinah will be thinking about you as your new job starts. Sandra, we're glad that your cat will be okay. And I think we'll need to, Amy, one more. I just saw the very end here. Your husband and you celebrated your first anniversary in the Caribbean. Congratulations. So you can continue to share, but we are going to move on to our next section. I'm going to have you jump ahead a couple pages to page 48. We're going to take our mind map a little bit deeper here, or you can just continue to set up your page 48. And I'm going to cough for a second. All right. As you can see on the screen, I'm sorry, I might just take a drink. All right. We are going to use our find our joy in learning on our setting our intentions or incorporating more joyful learning experiences by journaling about them. And so we can do this in our weekly spread. So page 48 to 50. I'm going to play a song because I'm going to cough again, and I'll be right back. All right, I greatly apologize for the coughing, but hopefully you were able to take a little bit of time and think about how you're going to set up your weekly pages. Perhaps you're going to incorporate your learning, and perhaps you're going to journal about how you used your learning experiences for the week. So, super excited for you all to um, think about our weekly planner. And so let's turn back to page 46, and we're going to begin at the very top with this week I want to feel. So as everybody takes a moment to turn back, let's flip back and share in the chat. How do you want to feel this week? I love this little quote. I took it from Jennifer Ogilvy. The greatest joy in all of living is the joy that comes from freely giving. Sonia wants to feel loved and loving. Carly, festive. I'm going to share a couple more slides here so that you can see some inspiration. Festive, another word. I love that. It is that time of year, isn't it? Thanks, Heather, for sharing. Amanda wants to feel heard. Ease, love, and joy from Shauna. Alice, you want to feel balanced. How many people use the same word each week? How many people use the word of their year? I know I typically use the same word each week. India, you want to feel consistently diligent. Jennifer, you're using joy all this month. So tying the word of the month to how you want to feel. I love that as well. There's no right or wrong way how to do this. You can use one word, phrases, quotes, affirmations. You can use many words. You can see on the screen here, we have lots of examples. The one on the bottom left, it says, I want to feel more of, and I want to feel less of. I love that idea as well. I can go back in Annie and get that quote as well. So the greatest joy in all of living is the joy that comes from freely giving. I think that's just a really neat quote. I'm hoping you got that quote. You're welcome. Couple other ones that you can see on here. I love the one that says accomplished. And then perhaps that week they wrote down all the different things that they accomplished, kind of like an aha, ta-da type of thing, or perhaps those were the things they wanted to feel accomplished by. The one in the middle on the bottom, they gave every day of the week how they wanted to feel, and then checked them off when they did feel that way. So lots of fun ways. Anne Marie, you want to feel mindful. I think that's good. Jennifer, thanks for putting that quote in the chat. Gentleness, that's great as well. So thanks for sharing how you want to feel. We're going to move now, perhaps how you want to feel. It wants to inform your goals for the week. So how can your goals support? How do you want to feel? I'm going to give you some examples and give you some time then to fill out how your goals are for the week. The one on the left, to feel intentional, I need to, and then they wrote down 3 goals: journal daily with a checklist for each day of the week, pray daily, and then get outside daily. The one in the middle is about being organized, socialize, and self-care. And then the one on the right, they scratched out weekly major 3 goals and put in morning self-care goals. And they put in all the things that they want to do every day of the week and a little checklist. So, different ways to use this. They don't have to be three things, they can be two or one. And I'll give you a couple more examples. Here, they're using their goals of mind, body, and soul, and then also showing then how the to dos can help support their goals. So, I'm going to play another song and I will give you some time to work on your goals section. When we come back, then we will work on your to-dos section next. So I'll be back here shortly. All right, thank you for sharing, Norma. You usually put your weekly affirmation in this goals section. This week you're going to choose the affirmation. I embrace the excitement of discovering new concepts, curiosities, and wonders. I love that. Um, This is really good. So, Dinah, your mind, body, soul goals, for example, mind, focus on positive and release negative thoughts. You'll do this by learning new jobs, read more, and meditate. Thank you for sharing that. Um, And Christina, your 3 goals this week: do meditations daily, work on creating a brain dump list to keep you present, and then patience with your kids. Thank you for sharing. And so let's switch over now to your to-dos, and let's give you some examples on different Sonder fan members and how they're doing this. So lots of different areas. This whole page is on really thinking about your to-dos from a need, want, and wish, or a need, want, and hope categories. So really breaking it down in 2 or 3 categories: things that you need to do, want to do, and hope to do. And then this one is called the Eisenhower Matrix. So perhaps this is a very busy week. You have tons of things going on. You're not really sure how to prioritize them. It's a great way to think about how to prioritize all your to-dos or your tasks. So you can see from the two, the top and the middle area, top left and middle area, what's important and urgent you need to do and do it now. Kind of what's important and not so urgent in the top right quadrant is decide and schedule a time to do it. Bottom left, maybe not important but kind of urgent, who can help you with it? And then not important and not really urgent, maybe it's a distraction, maybe you can eliminate it or delete it. So it's another way to use that area. How about our weekly to-be list? So maybe turning it in from a to-do list to a to-be list. How do we want to show up? How do we want to feel? Maybe it's joyful, being kind, and being maybe quiet or slow to anger, being proud, being calm. So this is a great way to think about our how we're going to be. Couple other examples. Maybe you want your to-do list to be something about now and later, or work and home, from a to-do to a to-da, for morning and night, self, home, and others, kind of just thinking about different categories. Different ways to repurpose it. I love this one on the left-hand side, our social check-in. So who is it that we're going to connect with this week? We're going to call them, text them. We're going to maybe meet with them face to face. And when. And then maybe this is our week to really check in this month and how are we doing with screen time, and then our expenses. Maybe you're going to use your stickers and do a bingo. And then looking at how do all of these help support our habits and activities. And we will get to that in a moment. For right now, I'm going to let you set this up, and I'm going to share a brief little song. All right, looks like we've got our to-dos tackled for the week. Let's now look at our habits and activities at the bottom of the same page. Um, got some great reminders for us. So I love this one on the top left and the bottom. This person is using their habit and activity tracker to remind them to go back to when we set up our monthly pages to do their daily rituals, but also to do their mood trackers, their habit trackers, their sleep trackers, and then drink some water. But I love the fact that their mood and habit and sleep trackers are on different pages. So this is a reminder for them to go do their other pages. So I think that's just brilliant. And then on the bottom left, um, on the very bottom, it says journal items filled in. And so that they're reminding themselves that there's other pages to be accountable to in the rest of their time. So this is just a daily reminder. Okay, this week I'm doing all of these other things, but a reminder, I'm going to go do look at my intentions, or I'm going to go do my sleep tracker. And also to note on this one, with the green X on it, is they're skipping the weekend. They're either maybe traveling or have other things planned. So their goal for the week is to do Monday through Thursday. Their quiet time, their no caffeine after 2, getting fresh air. But you'll notice up on top, they don't have a goal in there, and that's just fine. On the right-hand side, they're only choosing to track 3 things and have 3 activities with no goals in there as well. They're calling them priorities, and I love this. Laughing, kissing, and hugging is a priority. Honest recording of all their food and exercise, and an act of kindness for someone unexpectedly, and I love that. The middle one, they have 3 move affirmations and rituals. And so I love that they're kind of pre-coloring in the days that they think they might be able to do those. So again, this is yours. You can do it with what you would like to. You don't have to do every day. You don't have to fill in every line. I typically only do 3 so that I know I can be successful at them. And a couple more examples here. The first 2, they're using an approach called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5 times a week, 4 times a week, 3 times a week, 2 times a week, and once a week. And so the first one is a just say no. So they're deleting 50 emails, decluttering 4 bags, days without sugar, throw away expired food, and no social media for 1 day. The middle one is reading, spending time outside, showering, creative time for themselves, and a spa day. I love the one on the right in the top. They're choosing their goals to be minutes. So 10 minutes of mindfulness, 20 minutes of self-care journaling. So you're just seeing different ways to do this and different ideas. On the bottom right, you can see they're kind of habit stacking some things. In the morning, they're doing 3 things: taking their vitamins, putting on their sunscreen, and brushing their teeth. So really cool ideas. I'm going to play a quick little song and let you fill out your habit and activity tracker, and I'll be back here shortly. Welcome back. We are now going to turn the page and we're going to go to look at the whole next page of meal plan, mind, body, health plan, shopping list, and I am loving. So it's exciting to think about page 47 and all the different ways that you can think about kind of interchanging different ways that you use these sections. And so I'm just going to walk briefly through it so I can give you some time to work on it. You can see the list on the right-hand side if you want to take a screenshot or a picture of all the different things that you can do this. I'm going to walk through several types of examples first. So daily adventures on the left-hand side. Perhaps you have a week coming up where it's full of adventures and you'd like to track what those are. For me, I like to track what I eat. I do get migraines, so I like to track what I eat and the intake of my water. I also repurpose my mood tracker to a symptom tracker so I can kind of go back and forth between the two and see if there's any correlation between what I'm eating and drinking to what and how I'm feeling with my headaches. A couple other examples here on the left-hand side is self-care. Jennifer Ogilvy gave us this great example of a check-in on the hour. So breathing in and out, perhaps for a minute or so at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock and 11, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You've got 8 hours of the ability to check in when you're breathing and how you're feeling. If you're tense with your shoulders or not, just taking a minute to breathe in and breathe out and marking it off on your water droplet. Also, you can check in how you filled your cup today. How did you find your happy this week? Also, perhaps you're having company, so you want to make sure your house is spick and span, so your cleaning plan. Perhaps you're tracking your protein and produce, or you're just having a very busy week with your schedule, so you want to track your schedule. Perhaps you need help prioritizing your week, or you want to really prioritize yourself. So you're going to do really just different ways that you can prioritize yourself. Maybe you're spending way too much time in the morning thinking about what you're going to wear. So you want to plan out your wardrobe for the week. Maybe this is a week you want to really think about all the things that are going well. So a victory inventory. Or here on the right, we have the 7 types of rest: physical, mental, sensory, creative, emotional, social, and spiritual. And perhaps each day of the week, you want to focus in on that. Dinah, you like to keep the meal plan is. I like that. You use the 7 types of rest for your health plan. That is great as well. Alice, you have a reflection question for each day. I love that as well. So when we think about the mind body health plan, lots of different ways to use this. You can see I have the 7 types of rest here as well for mind body health. The top left-hand side, night routine for mind body health, all the different things that you need to do in the evening, different ways where we can take care of ourselves. And then I just love this one, tidy and sleep. So tidy up before you go to sleep. That's what helps them with their mind body health. Up in the top middle, they section it off in mind, body, and health in 3 different categories. Shopping list ideas as well. Perfect for a shopping list. That's how I usually use it. There's lots of different ways to do bingos. If you want a shopping list and gamify it, make it a bingo. A packing list, a calmness scale, Wordle, tracking the Wordle for the weeks, positive self-talk, birthday week bingo. And then I am loving. So daily rituals, cleaning, creativity, me. How do I love myself? I love Silk and Sonder journaling, gratitude, sunshine, lots of different ways to use this. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to give you a couple minutes with the song before we close and let you work on this. And then Jennifer and I will be back here just shortly. As we're nearing the top of the hour, I just want to remind you all that in Sonder Club, we love when you share your examples with all of us. And that's how we all get inspired by you. So just a reminder, this is screenshots of Sonder Club. On the left-hand side is your calendar. And it's up here at the top in the middle. The second screenshot, you can see the calendar at the top. The bottom is where you go to Sonder Club. And these are all examples where people share what they do in their weekly spread. So if you can share, we would love that. We'd love to see your examples from today. Here is my playlist. And if you refer a friend, you get $10. They get $10. If you want to upgrade to an annual subscription, you get a discount. We'd love to have you fill out the survey. But most important, this has been recorded, not the chat, but the video is recorded. You can rewatch it in a private YouTube link that Jennifer is just sharing. So you can go back and get the ideas and see that. And there's about 800 videos that you can go watch. So with that, we are so grateful for your time today. And good luck, Dinah, on your new job. You are going to be a joy for everybody to be around, and you're going to do great. So everybody have a wonderful week. Jennifer and I will not be back here next Monday. You'll have Katie and Karen, but it's going to be wonderful. We hope to see you at the Joy exclusive this Thursday night. So have a wonderful week, and we love being with you. So take care, everybody.
Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like a song that never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So won't somebody please pass the megaphone? I'll shout it on